Imagine being born a superhero. No, seriously. Before you were even conceived, an angel appeared to your parents and said, "This kid is going to be special. He's going to be a legend." That's the origin story of Samson, the biblical Hercules with a serious impulse control problem. And let me tell you, despite the superhuman strength, it really, really sucked to be Samson. From the get-go, his life was all about rules. As a Nazirite, he couldn't drink wine, couldn't touch dead bodies, and most famously, couldn't cut his hair. These weren't just lifestyle choices. They were the divine source code for his powers. His hair wasn't just hair. It was the physical manifestation of his bond with God. A pretty heavy burden for a guy who just wanted to live a little. And living a little for Samson usually meant getting into trouble, especially with women. His love life was a complete disaster movie. First, he falls for a Philistine woman from Timnah. At their wedding feast, he tells a riddle to his new in-laws, betting 30 sets of clothes he's sure to win. But his wife, under pressure from her people, cries and nags him until he gives her the answer. She promptly tells everyone, and Samson loses the bet. His reaction? Not great. He goes on a rampage, kills 30 men to steal their clothes and pay his debt, and then storms off, abandoning his new wife. When he comes back later, he finds out her father has given her to his best man. So yeah, not a great start to married life. Samson's solution to this marital mess? He catches 300 foxes, ties their tails together in pairs with torches, and sets them loose in the Philistines' fields, burning everything to the ground. It's epic, it's destructive, and it's classic Samson, solving a personal problem with mass agricultural devastation. This, of course, leads to more fighting, more death, and a cycle of revenge that just keeps spinning. At one point, cornered by 1,000 Philistine soldiers, he grabs the nearest available weapon, the jawbone of a donkey, and single-handedly takes them all down. He's a one-man army, an unstoppable force of nature, but he's also incredibly lonely. He's feared, not loved. He's a weapon, not a person. Then comes the big one, Delilah. He falls head over heels for her, and she's being paid a fortune by the Philistine lords to find the secret to his strength. She asks him, and he lies 3 times. First, he says tie him with 7 fresh bowstrings. He breaks them like thread. Then he says new ropes. He snaps those too. Then he tells her to weave his hair into a loom. He just wakes up and walks away with the whole contraption. You'd think he'd catch on, right? But he's completely blinded by his affection for her. Finally, she wears him down. She cries. She accuses him of not truly loving her, and he breaks. He tells her everything. My strength is in my hair. If it's cut, I'll be as weak as any other man. While he sleeps in her lap, she calls in a man to shave his head. The Philistines rush in, and this time, when Samson tries to fight back, his power is gone. They gouge out his eyes, bind him in bronze chains, and force him to grind grain in a prison. The hero, the legend, is now a blind, powerless slave, an object of public ridicule. But the story doesn't end there. During a massive festival, the Philistines bring Samson out to their temple to mock him. Thousands of people are on the roof and inside, celebrating his downfall. But they forgot one thing. His hair had started to grow back. Standing between the 2 central pillars that support the entire temple, a blind and broken Samson prays one last time. He asks God for strength, just this once, to avenge his 2 eyes. He places one hand on each pillar, pushes with all his might, and brings the entire building crashing down, killing himself and everyone inside. He won his final victory, but at the cost of his own life. Samson was born with a divine gift, but was ultimately destroyed by his very human weaknesses. His impulsiveness, his rage, and his desperate need to be loved. He was a champion who died betrayed and alone. A superhero story with a tragic ending. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, Make sure to like and subscribe for more stories you thought you knew.